Hey everybody, Jen Miller here, and guess what? I'm in my studio down in the basement, in the dungeon of the house. So a lot of you have been asking me about working out indoors or just working out. Here's the biggest complaint I get from people. They're just eating. They're just sitting at home and eating and eating and eating. And the more they eat, the more they want to eat. So it's TV and food, TV and food. So basically, what you have to remember is energy begets energy. The more energy you put out, the more energy you're going to have. So one of the things that I encourage you to do is get outside, of course. Get outside, walk with a friend or a companion or the kids or the dogs, or even my brother's cat follows him around the neighborhood. He walks the dog and the cat follows him and the dog walking. It's so cute. So a couple of things that you want to remember, of course, is if you get outside during the cooler parts of the morning and dress warm, it's a little bit more invigorating. It feels a little bit more brisk. And then in the evenings too, it gets a little cooler in the evening. We had a gorgeous day here in Georgia. I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. And yesterday I rode my bike for about, I don't know, maybe 15 miles, and it was just great too. A little bit windy, but just perfect. So when you get outside in the sunshine and you expend some calories, you're gonna feel better. Your heart rate goes up, your respiration goes up, all those good endorphins get kicked in, and you've got a good day in front of you. So the thing is, if it's raining now, a lot of people have said, well, we've got rain all week. Well, if you've got stairs in your house, run up the stairs and then walk down. Run up the stairs and walk down. And I know a lot of you have joint issues and maybe don't want to run up the stairs and then walk down because it hurts your knees to walk down. A lot of times if you have a good solid railing, you can very carefully walk down backwards. So a couple of things to do in the house, super easy, and you've seen all these fitness professionals show you things like jumping jacks and squat thrusts and burpees and things like that. And I think really basically if you use the big muscle groups, the larger muscle groups, you're going to get a lot more bang for your buck. So things like push-ups and squats and lunges, and rows are great too. Rows use the big back muscle. You can use, if you have an old jug of milk that's finished, filled up with water, that's 8 pounds, and you can do rows on one side with that, and then the other side, of course, and even out those big muscle groups. Another good thing that you can do is just take some, and I'll show you a couple exercises here in a minute. You can take some weights or canned goods or water bottles, and you can do large movements with your hands. In other words, cover a lot of airspace, get some real estate when you're using those arms and legs in some of these really cool moves that use sort of a dance style to them. So that's integrated. Remember, integrated exercise burns a lot of calories because it uses all 4 limbs and the trunk in every movement. Systemic exercise is an exercise pattern or movement that uses all 4 limbs and the trunk most of the time, but it invokes a cardiorespiratory response along with a strength training response, along with a flexibility response. So something like swimming would be systemic. You get arms and legs working together, and your core is a stabilizer, and then you've got heart rate and respiration going up. So systemic exercise is great. And if you think about the more muscles that you can get into the movement, the more systemic that movement is going to be. And I'll show you a few of those too. So I have a few questions here from people that send me emails all the time. And some of them are really cute, and some of them are just funny. But one from Pam in DC says, how can I work my butt muscles because it seems like I'm sitting on them all day? So a great way to work your butt muscles, of course, the first one is a squat. Let me show you that one. So everybody knows how to do a squat, right? And what I like to see people do is kind of a squat which starts like a squat, right? But then stays in the engagement range. So what you can do is a few smaller movements out of that first deep squat. So you go down and up and get warmed up like that. Remember, the best squat is a squat whose buttocks push back, right? So you want to push your bum back. Remember that. The further your bum goes back, the better the squat. Also, your feet are about shoulder distance apart. Keep your knees over your feet as you squat. And then, when you come up, all you have to do is engage your buttocks. So clench the tush. So you're pushing back, and then as you come up, clench. Use those muscles. Down and push. Now the other thing you can do as you're going down is to stay in this engagement range and do a few pulses and come up. And that doesn't mean bounce. What you want to do is just a few pulses like that. Keep the core turned on so that you're stable in the middle. Keep your chest lifted and your shoulders back. And you can do these 3, 5, 7, however many you can do. And then when you get done, rest like that. I like to twist and turn from one side to another. And you know, just think about what you want to get accomplished and what amount of time you have. If you don't have a lot of time, squats and push-ups, squats and push-ups, squats and push-ups. A couple of ways to do push-ups, real easy. You start with a simple push-up, which is hands wide on your knees. I like to, you know, they say don't cross your ankles, but I like to do that. It helps me stabilize. And it feels a little better to me. So this is a basic push-up that you can do. And I would do, honestly, I would do about 4 or 5 sets of regular push-ups. So if you're thinking about doing, all right, so yeah. So alternate your squats with your push-ups, and then after that, go on to a bigger muscle group. Now you can start with, you can do bicep curls, or you can do shoulder presses, things like that. Also, one of the things that you want to consider when you're doing exercises is what kind of space you have. So if you're in a tight space like this, you can actually, we have a video, a DVD out called Cramped Quarters, and the whole thing is done in a 3 by 7 foot square. So a 3 by 7 foot square is not very big, and if you measure that off, you'll see it's the room that our soldiers have between their bunks in a tent in Iraq, and that's what we designed it for. So squats you could do in that 3 by 7 foot space, push-ups you could do in the 3 by 7, and of course military push-ups are a little different. Also, push-ups can also be done with your arms at your side, okay, pushing your elbows back, or they can be done wider and come down a little bit lower, okay? So that's how that works. So squats and push-ups really work well. Lunges are great, and you've seen me do these before, but if you get on a sliding plate and do lunges this way, it's really nice because it keeps that front knee over that front foot, and you can do maybe a set of 15 to 18 each leg, up to 3 sets. You don't have to use weight when you do this. It's a really great exercise to do in a small space. And you can use a towel on a wooden floor, or you get these plates from Mindy Melray or off Kathy's site. And you want to make sure that you keep that knee over that foot, your chest lifted, your shoulders back, kind of peer down in front, and there you go. So those are some great exercises you can do in tight spaces. And when you're doing exercises in tight spaces and you don't have a lot of equipment, of course water bottles are great. Canned goods are good. A couple of weighted balls work if you happen to have those. And in terms of things that you can do that don't include equipment, certain things like side planks are good. So if I were to go down on the ground like this and do exercises like this, which is really nice, you can go on your knee. If it's a little too tough to go on one leg, those are great too. I wouldn't do too many of those in a row, maybe 12 to 15, and then of course do it on the other side. And then for intensity options during a side plank, you could actually use maybe one of these water bottles, and when you go down here, you just turn, take the rabbit out of the hat, come down and up, turn, take the rabbit out of the hat, come down and up. That's a really cool exercise. Not easy. Okay, and those are combination exercises, but they're pretty systemic because you're using a lot of muscle groups when you do it. So things that are body weight oriented are things that are really kind of fun to do, like a bar work where you might do this kind of thing. You could take light canned goods in your hands, do those. You could actually hold them on one side, take one arm up and up and down and lift. So we have a great workout. We have a great workout. We have a great workout called Balanced Assets, and you can order that, and it's a great leg and balance workout. So you can use that with any kind of equipment that you can hold in your hands that are not very heavy in terms of weight, and that should do you. So squats, push-ups, planks. I did side planks, but you can also just do planks. Just hold that plank. If you bend your knees and lower it down a little bit more, hold that, it's a little tougher. If If you go onto your forearms and hold it, that's another kind of a plank. You can also do side planks to a flat plank. So you could start here, side plank, go to regular plank, hold that, go to this side plank, come back, hold that, about 10 seconds each time. Work good. So side planks, regular planks, things of that nature. So when you're in a tight space, you can do a lot of stuff, and it's not very difficult to do it. Just gotta watch this, write down some of the ideas that I gave you, and just do up to 3 sets of everything, and you're good to go. And if you can't get anything else, jumping jacks and squat thrusts. You've seen a million of them. You know how they're done. So that's it. So I'm Jen Miller. This is Exercise Bites in Tight Spaces. If you have any questions, give me a shout on any one of my various social medias, and I will get to you if I can. All right, take care, guys. Over and out.